Hello, everybody. How are we doing today on this Sunday? Hopefully, everything is coming through okay. Yeah, so as we normally do, this is our Newfoundland Growlers franchise live series, live stream that, I always do every weekend or try to do every weekend. However, we're in a little bit of a different, as you guys can see, probably a little bit of a different screen here. This is actually on my PC right now. As you can see my little mouse going around here. You guys should be able to hear me, but you guys probably won't hear any sort of audio from here. Just copyright issues, and I didn't want to risk anything. However, here is a little bit like 2 days ago, EA came out and ended up releasing the NHL 25 franchise mode deep dive. So this is a little late. Obviously, it's not like as soon as this came out, which I know a lot of popular like NHL 25 content creators or NHL creators have done and touched on this already. But I know because I have this series, we do franchise mode for the Newfoundland Growlers, and that what we have been doing this year. I wanted to kind of touch on this because I wanted to pose the question to you guys. Because I have NHL 25, I'll be having it day one. I've already got it pre-ordered. It'll cut like I'll get it the day it comes out. So the question I wanted to pose to you guys is: would you want me to finish out my franchise mode here on NHL 24 with the Newfoundland Growlers, or as soon as 25 comes out, would you guys want me to jump right over to that and start immediately as possible? Sorry, my phone is going to be going off because I'm honestly waiting. I don't know. I'm hoping I don't have to go in the middle of this live stream, but we are going to see. That's why you might hear my phone in the background. I apologize for that. However, so if you guys want me to go to NHL 25 when it comes out, I'm gonna create like a poll. I think probably after this stream, I'm gonna have like a little poll thrown up that if you guys would rather see me continue this one that we've started through, or if you would want me to immediately jump into NHL 25 franchise mode. So with all that being said, we're going to get into this real quick. We're going to kind of go through this, see some of the new points. I've already seen this, so I know what to expect. But for anybody who hasn't, or anybody who watches the series who is interested in it and want to see for themselves, we'll just go through it quick, touch on the high points and stuff like that. And then we'll switch over. We'll get back into our actual franchise mode, and we'll get that going. So, just a real quick thing here. This is EA's little launch trailer here for the franchise mode, their senior game designer for their thing. And as you can see right here, right off the rip, huge new HUT change. Actually, real quick, if I do this real quick, let me just pull this up. If I transition through, as you can see, compared to, there's the 2020, like 2024 NHL 24 HUT. This is what we're going to be in here in a few minutes. But as you can see, when you transition between the two, definitely a big improvement and a big change, 100% for that. So that is huge. You got the little quick links tab over here. Looks like you can do some morale meetings, way more detail, which is awesome because I always like that. I don't know if you guys can tell, probably from doing this franchise mode and just seeing how I do things, being able to see like goals per game, like goals against per game, power play percentage, penalty kill percentage, team leaders, and points. Gives you all that breakdown right on the right hand side, just right over here. Actually, let me just where we get here, just boop. Yeah, so you can see right there, it's all just right under here, over on the side right here. Everything's listed, which is pretty cool. You got projected goalies down here as well, which I think is sick. So that's obviously definitely just a huge aesthetic change, which is amazing. Now, as you can see, as we skim through over here, oh yeah, this was another big thing I wanted to touch on right here. So these are the morale things. You got little meetings here, and you actually have like conversations with players on your team, which is kind of cool. So if you wanted to touch on like set goals or anything like that, or if they haven't been playing well, you can have like conversations with them, which I think is kind of cool. But as you can see, this next little slide here that is coming up on the calendar, this is a big change too. You can see every single game that takes place on that day in the entire league when you're doing a franchise. So you can see every single game. You can even see box scores, so you can see who scored, every little detail that, like, you can get down to the like last detail on everything. You can see practically anything. You can see how long their time on ice was, their points, shots on goal, anything like that, penalties, whatever you want to see. You can break it all down for each individual game that displays right here, which I think is insane. Another cool thing that I thought was neat here as well, as you go in and you check the individual players here, when you're checking their stats or anything like that, they actually have the option now, so you can see, this is what we have in NHL 24 right now, your full career stats, everything like that. But the cool thing is now is they actually have added some options. Now you can use game logs and split stats, which is kind of cool because it gives you more specific data with the player. So as you can see, when you go to game logs, it'll give you their information for each individual game they have played, which I think is super cool, especially like again somebody like me who likes to overanalyze and literally analyze every single thing about my team when I play and when I'm simulating like we do with the Growlers here on 24, but you can only do it to such an extent. On here they're adding way more stuff you can do, which is like crazy. You can do, see like November 19th, the 17th, 16th, you can see he played 20 minutes of had a 20 minutes of ice time that night in this 19th game against the Rangers. Chicago, he had 23 minutes with also an assist. He was a -1 that night. Had 4 shots on goal though. So like it just gives it that variety and allows you to break the game down a lot more, which if you're trying to analyze how your player or your top player like Elias Pettersson in this case is doing on a game by game basis, this allows you to do that and kind of see where he needs to be. And then this other option here, split stats, which is honestly a really cool one as well. It kind of chunks it up so you can see how they do as a whole. So you can see how they've performed in their last 10 games. Their home games, maybe they perform better at home than they do on the road. How they do against teams within the same division, same Western Conference, Eastern Conference, and then just Vancouver Canucks. They have all that just categorized, which I think is super, super cool and allows you to literally analyze everything. And then you can see how many points he gets against different teams. He's played 2 games against Calgary. He's got a goal, and that's it for those games. He's got an assist against Carolina with only 1 game, 2 assists against the Blackhawks, so on and so forth. But just adding something like that is just so cool, in my opinion. I think it just gives you so much more flexibility and stuff like that. It just makes it seem so much cooler. Now here's another cool thing as well that I thought was interesting. They've added trophies, so they actually have a page now where you don't have to go through and manually keep track of what trophies your players win throughout your sims. So the next year be just like, oh, he was a Calder winner, maybe he was a previous Rocket Richard winner, doesn't matter. It all keeps track of it in 25 right here on this page where you got awards right over here. So it literally just keeps track of it. And you can see it does prior years as well here, as you can see, because Elias Pettersson, he's not a rookie anymore. But in 2018 and 19, you can see he was a rookie, and that's the year he won the Calder. So it actually goes all the way back for the trophies they've won in years past. And here's a perfect example. Alexander Ovechkin, look at the hardware this man has. Got this 2017-18 Cup when the Caps won the Cup. You got the Conn Smythe from the year they won the Cup. You got 3 Hart Memorial trophies. The last one, I guess, he probably won was in 2012-13. And then you got the Ted Lindsay. He won 3 of those as well. 09 and 10. Art Ross, he won in 07-08. 9 Maurice Rocket Richard trophies. That is ridiculous. And the last one coming in 2019-20. And then the Calder, which was 05-06. So just having something like this, being able to display all your individual player success on your team, I think is just, it's not crazy. It's not like the thing that needed to be done, but having something like that, it's a neat little tidbit just to kind of have, right? So now this one, I was super excited for. Contract negotiations, which is obviously a huge deal of franchise mode. So when I was thinking through here on what they were going to add, I thought, okay, it's either going to get a huge big rework and there's going to be so much new stuff added, it's going to be crazy, or they're just going to tinker a little bit. Seems like they went all in, just dove in head first, because now this is a free agent list right here, what you're looking at. So this is a year of free agency. So obviously you can see right here, this bar right here is a little bit, is new. So this is org interest. So this is how likely or how these players are how much they're interested in coming to your organization and actually want to sign with your team. So as you can see, Draisaitl, who is almost fully completely interested in signing with the organization, So and then as you can see, a guy like maybe Brent Burns, you'd have to incentivize him to actually join your organization. So as you can see, yeah, there, right, you can see. So now you can go into the contracts. Now this part right here is what I've been waiting for them to add to franchise mode for years, and that is the, as you can see down here, the NMC right here on the years. This is your no movement clause. So you actually can add modified no trades, full no moves, all of that stuff when negotiating with your players in free agency, RFA, just re-signing phases, anything like that. You're able to negotiate with your players, which I think is so cool because, again, it's so realistic on how it actually works, and it's so cool the fact that you're able to do that. And this screen has gotten so much more in depth as well. As you can see, all this stuff over here as well. You got player asks, what they're asking for, which is kind of similar to what we have in 2024, but it's a little bit more in depth. You got your asking price, the years wanted. They actually have this little area over here that they've added as well, which is how much cap space you have, and then it also displays if you sign this player. So say Draisaitl, for example, at 12.4. If you sign him at 12.4, that's taking up 13.1% of your salary cap. So the fact that it generates that and tells you how much percentage of the cap one player is going to be taking up, I think is super neat. Your team interest down here, so you got a contract and how much he's interested in the contract you're offering him. So the better if he's super interested into it, that bar is basic, like as you can see, that bar is basically full. And then your organization as well. Now the cool thing that is relatively new is they've got these little bars down here, which there is, my webcam is blocking the one, which I can't kind of get rid of, unfortunately. But there's this player request one here, and then underneath my webcam box, there is your promises here. So you can actually make like promises to the player before you sign them. Like say, hey, you're going to be a top line player when you come and play with our organization. You can promise him that, and that will increase the interest in your organization and give him a better or give you a better chance of signing the player if you make those promises, which I think is just beyond what I ever thought they were going to do with, or how detailed they were going to get with this, which is absolutely nuts. So there you can see they're highlighting the team interest right here, and going through and seeing how so as you can see right here, they've Aaron Ekblad, this the one that they're doing right now. So his contract right now, he's loving his contract, loves it. It's full bar, but he's not too keen on the organization yet. It's not fully maxed. He's still got 4 bars he could put max out there. But you can see the player is requesting that he plays on the first power play unit. So you could promise him that spot, and that which just increases him his likelihood of signing there. But it's, if you don't follow through with that, then you'll face the repercussions later. But as you can see here, they're changing with Leon Draisaitl. No trade clause, so you can't be moved at all. A modified no trade, so you can actually give right here, as you can see, 4 teams no trade list. So you can actually, your player can actually submit trade lists, and you'd have to ask him in a meeting if he wants to be traded to a certain team or not. And you'd have to get his permission to be able to deal him to a certain team. So it wouldn't be like on here on like NHL 24 where I've been just kind of dishing guys wherever I want to try to get the best return possible. It would be very, very much harder for me to do that on 25 because I would have to get their permission. I'd have to make sure they don't have a no trade clause, or it'd be modified no trade. They would have to agree to the trade. Like it's just so much more steps and realistic. So this is why I wanted your guys' input on something like this. This is why I wanted to talk to you guys about if you wanted me to, when NHL 25 comes out, if you immediately want me to jump into this and start building our franchise and everything and continuing this series on NHL 25, or if you want to see NHL 24, what we've started here with the Growlers, if you want to see this through. In terms of the team on NHL 25, I don't exactly know what I would do for I don't exactly know what I would do for like the team name. I feel like I would maybe just recreate the Growlers again, but again, that'll also depend because technically the Newfoundland Growlers aren't a thing anymore. Unfortunately, they got disbanded in the ECHL, so I don't even know if they're going to have the Newfoundland Growler logo in 25. If they don't, I'll probably just kind of maybe create a random team. I don't know. If they do have the Growlers logo, however, I'll probably just keep with the Growlers because I do like the Growlers. They were my favorite ECHL team, and they were also within the Toronto Maple Leafs organization, which again is my favorite NHL team. So it was kind of natural. So, yeah, anyways, this is just some more stuff touching in here with NHL 25. It's just, you can see offering more contracts, all these meetings and stuff you can have with them. You can table contracts, accepting your offer, 12 team no trade list. So here you go. There's a little bit of a quick example, the tradable teams list here of the teams that you're actually able to trade him to. So there's 12 teams that are on the no trade list that you absolutely he will not go to, and these are the teams that you are able to work with. So as you can see, just by an example like that, would make dealing players a heck of a lot harder because you only have a certain few teams to actually deal with. So it just definitely gives it that little bit more of a harder aspect to it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically pretty much most of, there's goals that you can do. You can actually have conversations with players to change their position if you don't like them at one position. So if you give one guy at center, but his faceoffs aren't doing very well, or he's not a very good center, he doesn't play very good defensively, can't win good draws. Maybe he's better on the wing, suitable to a wing. So you can actually have a conversation with that player, talk about changing their position, and then choose the position that they feel or you feel that they would be better in, and then they would have to accept it. So as you can see here, you got persuasion, success, and it's risky, depending on what you're gonna do and where you're gonna ask for them to go, and it would be ultimately up to them if they choose to accept that new role that you're trying to give them in a different position. So it's there's a bunch of different stuff and everything like that. There's a lot of new stuff that they're going to be adding, which is cool. So this one is a one that I was really particularly interested in. You can actually change the preferred lines. So when we go on here, and we always let the coach change our lines. And it's like and then the amount of times, I don't know, you could probably go back and look in all these past episodes, like all friggin' 5 or 6 of them. I'd be just like, well, I wouldn't have this guy here. I'd have him here, probably put him here. The line chemistry isn't jiving here, so maybe switch these two. But I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not the coach. I'm just strictly the GM. So the cool thing that they have with 25, which I absolutely friggin' love, and it's going to be amazing for the series, you can have a meeting with the coach, and you can actually suggest to him to go over the lineup and figure out a best way to utilize the players on the team. And you can either persuade him and it's a success or a fail. In this case right here, you can see it's a success. Normally I'd handle the lineup, but I'm listening. What's on your mind? So basically you can choose what part of your lineup you want to adjust. If you're not liking something, let's say I think in this case they use Vancouver. So I think at this point it's just like, okay, well, so right here, he wants to adjust the second forward line. You want to talk about who's playing center. Okay, so currently right now Pius Suter is centering our second line. Who are you considering for the spot? And then you can go through on your team, and there will be, as you can see here, Elias Pettersson. You can suggest players that are on your team that are center, or anybody that's in your forward position, you can suggest to the coach to play at that role. So in this example, he chooses Elias Pettersson, and then he says, do you have additional adjustments in mind for the second forward line? So not only will he move Elias Pettersson there in that center spot, he is asking if you would want the left and right as well. So do you want to do any more changes? And the cool thing is after you make these changes and you come back here, as you can see real quick, Pettersson is still up here. You got Miller. There's Suter, who's technically the line in the center right now. But as you watch here, he's going to go through and head coach preferred lines, which we do in NHL 24 all the time. And after having that meeting with coach, he's going to go through and do it. Boom. Pedersen now locked into that second center line role. Suter moves down to the third, and then they've automatically put the second best option up in the left wing slot, which is Connor Garland. So I think having this option, being able to where you can influence the coach on who you think should go where, without overstepping your boundaries, obviously, and being the coach or whatever, if you wanted to play it kind of similar to the way that I do, I think that adjustment or that little tweak or whatever, I think is fantastic. So that is really cool, the fact that you can have meetings. And look, you can even put Pedersen down on the bottom line, and then you can go head coach preferred lines again, boom, goes right back. So every time you head coach prefer lines, he goes to where he goes to where you told the coach, or when you had that conversation with him where you told him you think he works best. And that's where he'll stay until you tell him otherwise or suggest to him otherwise. So sometimes Pedersen might be playing good and maybe the coach is like, no, I like where he's at. And sometimes it doesn't work. So it's an interesting thing. It makes it super, super realistic, which I think is awesome. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much it. We're gonna just switch over here. Little intermission. There we go. So that was that was the deep dive. Anything 2025 NHL news related. Yeah, no, it was definitely a lot of stuff to be considered. I think I think there's a lot of cool stuff that could come from it. It definitely is, like, the amount of stuff that they've added now is absolutely crazy. It's just, yeah, it's absolutely nuts. And I don't know. It's up to you guys. Like, I love this playthrough right now, where we currently are with the team and everything. Like, where we're sitting and everything. Like, with this playthrough, like, we're in a good spot. Like, we got a good team coming up. Like, dude, Damian Lutz, after his last season, absolutely popped off. The kid's sitting at an 88, and he's only 19. Like, we got Eklund still. Marner is in his 30, just in his 30s. Matthew Poitras is now turning into that first-line center we hoped he would be. Atu Ratty's taken a step. He's even up to an 84 now. Still got that low elite potential. He's jumping into it. Perfetti's kind of fallen off. He's lost that elite potential. He's now down to a top 6. Or maybe he just always had top 6 forward. I don't know. But we'll head coach this and see if it changed. Okay, so it did change. So they put Perfetti up with Lutz and Kaliev, and then Forrester down with Ratty and Ovechkin, and then Neighbors and Hayton and again we got Tej up here making his first appearance in the show this year in his first normal season. We still got Rekis and Chikrin with Harley and Zellweger and Susie and Gooley. But, like, see right here, like, I would probably, like, what I would do is I'd probably change, like, see right here, this change right here, this is what, if I was in 25, I would have a meeting with the coach and suggest that Gooley be up on this second pairing with Zellweger, and then drop Harley down to the third pairing with Susie. Or vice versa, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Or vice versa, I would do Susie up with Harley, and then even, like, drop Zellweger down with Gooley, something like that. But, like, just being able to have that flexibility with the meetings and stuff like that, I think is super good. And then you got Askarov still with his 3 X factors now, sitting at an 87. Did not have a good year last year. Yeah, it was a very off year for Askarov last year, rocking only a 900 save percentage, which was not good. However, he hopefully going to bounce back this year with this sim that we're doing here. And we're going to get into that. But we're going to see. And then we got Devin Levi backing us up here. Elite backup goalie, killing it. And then, yeah, hopefully Lutz here soon pops off at the beginning of the year. And then he's going to be able to move up with Poitras and Marner. But the coach still wants Eklund here for the time being. I'm kind of hoping that once Lutz takes that first jump here, that Lutz is going to go up to the second, or to the first line left wing, Eklund is going to come over here to the middle, which will drop Poitras to the second line. And then, geez, after that, I don't know. Could move Perfetti to the wing. We'll see what the coach wants to do. But that's what I'm hoping. But yeah, like I know like this team so far, like the team that we've built so far, it's pretty good. And like even after last year, our friggin' Whitby Wolves here, the minor team for the Newfoundland Growlers, ended up we made it to the second round, I believe, of the Calder Cup playoffs. So yeah, no, it's hopefully they're going to be able to go back again, but we will see. Oh, geez, Marcus Larson, low elite. He's already got himself an X Factor down here. Jeez. Okay. Damn, bro. All right. Defense. We got Hunter Brzozowicz, Sergei Brylin, Sebastian Sonny, Charlie Camper. We'll just best lines down here. Just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Same thing. All the same. All right. And then goalies down here. We got Russ Farrell, who's definitely going to be the starter this year, but he's got that medium potential elite. So probably after this year, he's going to be coming up and he's going to be ready to probably take the net soon, depending on his development and how he plays down here this year. So that'll be interesting to see. And we might maybe capitalize on flipping. If Askarov doesn't have a good year this year, we might have to capitalize on flipping his contract and him while his value's high. I'm not entirely sure on what we should do there, but I mean, I guess it'll mainly come when we get close to the trade deadline and see where, what kind of position we're in once we get there. If we think we're going to make the playoffs or if we are going to miss the playoffs, which I really hope we don't miss the playoffs, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, so we're just going to check draft class. I don't know if we have any good draft picks or anything this year, but Bo Staubitz, Bobby Dawes. Yeah, it looks like this is mainly a created class, an EA created class. All no actual genuine people, just EA graded. So not too worried about that, but I think we got our scouts going. Yep, got scouts going. Perfect. Alrighty. I think we're good to go. We'll see. We'll sim up to where we normally do here in January, I think. Like mid-January, probably, like right here. And we'll see how we do. Hopefully a little bit better than last year. We're not starting off great. We're really not starting off great here, lads. We can't even get a win yet. Well, we're very mid right now. We're letting in a lot of goals, man. Like, we're letting in a lot of goals. See, offense... I feel like offense isn't the issue, though. Yeah, we're not... No, I don't want Dylan Dubé. Askarov starting to figure it out now. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, Jesus. Oh, well, we can't get any more mid than what we are right now. 17, 17, and 7. 4, 5, and 1 in our last 10 games. Games played, we got 41 games from Mitch Marner. He got 47 points, over a point per game, like he has been every friggin' year. since we had him. Well, let's take a look. We'll see how our guys are doing. Wow, Poitras is putting up over a point per game, too. That's pretty friggin' good. Where's Lutz? This is his first season. Oh, he's up to an 89 now. Jesus. Yeah, this is his first year, and so far he's already put up friggin' 25 points in 41 games. That's crazy. So, now that he's an 89 overall, I'm not done looking at that, but I'm curious. I'm wondering if now that he's an 89, if the coach is eager about switching up those lines now. Or maybe he has... No, he hasn't. So, let's see what he plans on doing now. Wow, that's a big change. Okay. That's a big change. Let me just... hold on here. Let me just... So you guys can see. That is wild. That is a big change. So we got Damian Lutz on the first line with William Eklund and Mitch Marner. That's a crazy line. That's both at a +5 overall. Also, Lutz has acquired 3 more X Factors, which is crazy. He's got Relentless, Off the Rush, Born Leader, and Schneip, which is nuts. So that's the first line. Second line, Ovi has now moved up to the second line. He started on the third. Dude still put up 13 goals so far. That he's rocking friggin' 28 points in 41 games as a 42-year-old. That's wild. So we got Ovi, and then Poitras is gonna move down to the second line, even though he is like over a point per game. So he's gonna play second line with Kaliev. Hopefully that kind of maybe boosts him up because he's been doing pretty good for points. 12 goals, 16 assists. That's not bad. And then you got Perfetti, who's bumped down to the third line. Honestly, I've expected a lot more from him when I traded for him, but hasn't really happened with Ratty and Forrester, so maybe they can get something going there. I think that's a new trio for that line. I don't think they've been together before. And then the fourth line, we've got Neighbors, Tej, Aginla, and Barrett Hayton. So we got Tej centering this line. He's 6-5 so far. He's not bad for his rookie year, and supposed to be a top 6 forward high. Hopefully he can get a little bit more going here, but then we'll check out the D. No real adjustment here. Now let's check out, this is what I'm most concerned about. Ooh-wee. Askrov's still having another kind of not so great year. Not so great year for Askarov again. He's so far only 14, 15, and 4. He's a 902 save percentage. Save percentage. He's already let in over half the amount of goals. Ugh. How much is he still is he still got medium potential on him? He does. I'm almost wondering if maybe I flip, because I got a bunch of younger goalies in the pipeline, like in the system. I'm almost wondering if I capitalize on Askarov, like what value he does have, because you got Farrell down here, and so he's already had a 908 save percentage with the Wolves, 17, 14, and 3 with a 908 save percentage. He's got a winning record. So that's not bad. Whereas compared to Askarov, has a losing record. But he's already had a bad season last season, and then he's going to have another bad season this season. But we got these two guys that are going to be coming up. So I'm wondering if we almost flip Askarov for more of a well-established goalie. I don't know. I could just wait until the deadline. But I don't want to throw our whole season away. That's the thing. Because I don't want to... Like, Askarov is still signed for another 5 years at only 4.9. Like, that's a good deal. The only thing is like, not many teams are... Don't know. Hofer. Yeah, no, I think what we need to do is we need to figure out why we keep hemorrhaging so many goals. And I'm pretty sure it's on the defensive end. So I need to figure out where our warts are here with the defense. Huh. We got an elite prospect right here of Ashton McLean down in the pipeline, playing with the CHL. So Phyllis in the CHL, he's gonna be good. He's already got an X Factor. He was our first round pick. Went back to junior. We got this guy right here, Graham Little. Him in the 4th round. Seems like he's gonna be a good little prospect here for us. He's only 53, so he's got to season a bit more, but I don't know. We might just ride this through, honestly. How many more years does Marner have left on his deal is what I want to know. Okay, so he's still got next year, and then he's a UFA. Which makes sense because then that's also the last year that Lutz is on his deal. Ooh, Poitras, we should see if we can get an extension done for, oh my good lord. Good lord, it's gonna go up. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's the thing, I feel like his production's only gonna go up, and I feel like it's gonna get more expensive. Thomas Harley, he's gonna get... I don't want 5 years. I mean, his price doesn't change. That might be too much of a low ball. 5.5 for 5 more years with Harley. I'd do that. Ovi, he's probably... Oh, Perfetti, you're better take a pretty... Yeah. I don't know. Well, you're not getting... we'll see how the end of the season goes for you. Gooley. I might end up trading a couple of these guys. Like Barrett Hayton. We'll see about him. Kaliev. Might be a little too pricey. Lacelle. Could probably sign him. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about Poitras yet. I don't know. But we will keep the sim going. Hopefully, Askarov can figure out his... whatever he's got going on. But we'll keep the sim going. Hey, we got Harley signed for 5.5 for another 5 years. So that's perfect. We don't have to worry about that. He was one of the main parts of our decor there. I am not trading Easton Cowan back to Toronto. You are nuts. You let him go in the first place, Toronto. That is your fault. Luke Miza and Easton Cowan in a 6th for a 3rd, a 4th, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. That is a terrible contract. No, thank you. Well, we can take a look at the draft class, I guess. See how it's looking. So this Quinton Corrado, good lord, holy shit. 38 goals and 40 assists in 37 games. Oh my. Already got some X factors. A pluses basically across the board. I mean, obviously we're not going to get them. But, oh hey! We got a left defenseman that is a potential gem, basically a guaranteed elite. This is going to be our first round pick right here. Doesn't matter where we finish, this is going to be our first round pick. If we could sneak him to a second round pick, maybe, but I don't want to risk it. This dude looks like a solid bet right here. He's about 3 years out, so it gives him a chance to season in the minors, but then by the time he's 20, he should be on our main roster. That's huge. That is huge. 100%. Yeah, he's going to be either our first or a second round pick. So that's perfect. I also am kind of curious. Once we get, oh, did I sim right up to the friggin' trade deadline, or did I go a day before? Guys, Nasm due 7 million, dude. I don't even know if I'm making the playoffs yet, dog. Like, I'm not worried about that. Like, as of right now, it doesn't look like we're making the playoffs, because holy Christ. Was that a 5 game losing streak? Okay, we did stop just beforehand. And again, we're 27, 27, and friggin' 9. Like, we're as mid as it comes, honestly. What I wanted to see was what this free agent pool is going to look like. That's not what I'm. That's free agents. I want to see the pending free agents. That's what I want to see. Who do we got that's hitting the market? Ooh, Jason Robertson is hitting, gonna possibly be hitting the open market. That's crazy. Same with Heiskanen. Slav might be hitting it. Zetterlund, Genther maybe, Stankoven maybe, Lafreniere maybe, Poitras obviously, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to lock him up. We'll see. What about goalies? Spencer Knight is gonna be there. Sebastian Kosa, Stammy, Philip Gustafson, Aiden Hill, and ooh. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. All right. We'll simulate up. We're gonna be a conservative seller because it doesn't look like we're gonna make the playoffs, but we never know. Never know. Brady Kachuk is available. Brandon Montour, Fabian Zetterlund, he's gonna need a contract. I saw that. Fiala is. McCann, dude. Every freaking trade deadline they got McCann in here, dude. Like, why? Yeah, Fiala is an elite in here. Hmm. Brock Terry. Sandine here. Bean, Ferravari, Emil Benstrom. Hmm. Interesting some choices here. There's nothing that's really jumping out at me. Like nothing I could really like I was looking for like a potential like Askarov trade maybe. But there's nothing listed here that's available that's like jumping out at me. Yeah, nothing really. Skinner wants 11. Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Johnny. I would take you just so that you could say you played on my team, but you're a little expensive, but 9.7, that's quite pricey. Justus Annanen doesn't seem like there's much on here. Huberto, he's still got 3 more years at 10.5. Ooh. Montembeau. Hmm. Let's see what trades come like out if I put Askarov out there. What do we think become no trades? Nothing. Okay. Wow. Interesting. What do we got for Susie? Nothing really great. Add this little in here as well. No trades. What about this kid? No trades. Interesting. Hmm. Doesn't seem like there's many people that want to really take this on. I'll take some picks, I guess. There we go. Move out some of that. Yeah, cap space. Yeah, they're gonna have to be re-signed, and they're gonna want some money. If I move Gooley, they're just gonna give me picks. I'm not looking for picks. I'm looking for people who are gonna help me right now. Let me go to actually find a trade. Give me. I'm gonna have to keep one of them, but I don't like. I'm gonna need money. Like I have a bunch of guys coming up, like this. So Phyllis, he's gonna make the team next year. Little, he's gonna be coming up. This McLean guy that I picked, he's a low elite potential. He's already at an 81 in the freaking minors. I drafted him first round, I guess. Yes, I picked a good one there, but like I got these guys coming up, so I'm gonna have to get either rid of Gooley or Zellweger. I think who's been performing better? 4 goals, 19 assists. Oh yeah, Gooley, you gotta go, bud. Okay, so we'll see what we can get for you. I don't know, really. I don't know if I'm really super particular. Oh, I will be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. We just had a little bit of a A little visitor package drop off. That's all. Anyways, yes, continue. What are we looking for here? We got, yeah, we're trying to deal Ghoulie because he's gonna have to be re-signed, but we're kind of looking for just like a little replacement, I guess. I was gonna say Josh Doan, but he's gonna get top 6 potential, but he's gonna need a contract, so he's probably gonna ask for a little bit. Well, let us see. Past Byram Savoie would have been a nice one to have. I got him signed 3 years or 2 years at 3.8. Peyton Krebs, that'd be a good one. 85. Well, you got one more year though. Caden Gooley for Lettermacky. We were going to trade for him last trade deadline from Vancouver, and then Buffalo came in and swept him out from underneath us. I'll probably have to get a pick. Yeah. Probably going to have to put a pick on that. You want the Flames 7th? Okay, what if we do a 7th and a Edmonton Oiler 3rd next year? That's got to get it done, right? Oh, of course. Let's go. We got Lettermacky. That'll help bolster our right side, so that's good. I don't mind doing that trade, and that'll give us some more cap for some other people to get contracts done. So I'm not upset with that. Yeah, we got Lettermacky here, who's now like our second best right wing, which is crazy. Yeah, so we definitely have to bolster the right side, because aside from Marner, we basically have nobody. Like, now we have Lettermacky, of course, but like Kaliev, he's not really progressing as good as I thought he would. Maybe we should try to get something for him, because I don't know if I'm going to re-sign him. He's going to ask for a decent amount, and he's not doing great. I would much rather take somebody with some potential over him. Maybe, no, it doesn't have to be Carolina necessarily. Chicago wants him. Anybody here that's like potential-wise? Not really. Smirnov, but he's like friggin' crazy. Maybe Dallas? They're right up against the cap. I'd take this dude. Dominic Romas. Well, he's in the minors right now. Dallas would be over the cap if we did that. Well, what if you guys got somebody you want me to take? That's on a bad deal or something. And there's not a lot of trade value and it expires. Like this deal right here, a Duclair, and he expires at the end of the year. I'll take Duclair. I'll give you Kaliev. You guys want some younger guys? I'm not giving you Lutz. You're fucking out of your mind. Hayton, he's going to need a re-sign, but yeah, I can give you Hayton too. You want Hayton and Kaliev for this D. Romas and Duclair. Duclair's going to expire at the end of this year. I don't necessarily have to re-sign him, or I could re-sign him if he wants a cheap deal. I'd be fine with either. Easy. Done. Got us a free elite. Nice. That's going to be playing down in our minor system. I like that. And he's a righty, right? Right winger? Yeah, right here. Romas. But he can also play center, so that's nice. I like that. Okay. So we got Forrester. Now the only thing is we got Duclair, but he can also play right. So that's good. I like that. That's some business done and taken care of. I don't think I'm gonna move Askarov. I think I'll just sit on him. I don't, even though he didn't have a good year this year. Nino Niederreiter is going on to friggin' waivers. He's got 2 years left at 2.7. No, 2.7 million. That's no. That's well, I improved our top six. There you go. So let's take a look at these lines now and what coach wants to do. Ooh, Ovechkin's dropped another overall. Poor guy. He's probably calling it a career after this game or after this sim here. So let's see what we got. So now we've got Lutz, who's now sitting at a 90, which is nuts. And he's 20 years old at a 90 overall. And he's also gained another X Factor. He's got close quarters now, which is crazy. With William Eklund, Mitch Marner. Second line being Cole Perfetti has jumped up to the second line, which is good to see. I guess he's been playing better. Cole Perfetti up to the second line with Matthew Poitras and Jonathan Lettermacki. Poitras has taken a dip in production, but obviously that was to be expected because he's dropped to the second line. Still 55 points, though, in 63 games. 63 games, 55 points. That's still very good. Very good production. And then Lettermacki, we'll see how he fits in with this second line role. We got Duclair on the third line. Obviously, he's just mainly a kind of a dump for kind of switching some stuff up here in terms of lines. We got Dominic Romas up here, which is crazy. Got him up here on the right. I don't know how I feel about him starting. He's only a 64 overall up here with the team. I might honestly swap. Let's see if I can. Do I have anybody down in the roster moves? I gotta have someone in the minors that's a little bit like better than Romas. Okay, so I got Hempaniemi. Ooh, I got Mazar. He's a what? 64. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to bring up either Mazar or Hempaniemi. Mazar still has, yeah, he's top 6 forward potential. He's exact. So yeah, we'll give Mazar a chance. We'll bring him up and we'll send down Romas. So yeah, we'll give that a go. We'll see. Get him in here. Hopefully he prospers. I got hope, but getting him a little bit of playing time in here will be good for him. That boosts that line up to a +1. So you have Forrester, Ratty, and Duclair, with Ovi now down to the bottom fourth line, which is fine. He's decreasing, obviously to be expected. He's 42. But with Tej and Mazar, so you got that veteran, grizzled vet on here with the two young guys that are up and coming. So that's good. You kind of maybe teach them something. And then you got defense. You got Rekis, Chikrin, Zellweger, and Harley with Lozon and Brylan. Is he the number one guy that I really want up here right now? Who else do we have for D? There might be some other D that I would prefer up here instead of Brylan. Not exactly 100% though. Because Brylan he's a right D. He's a top 6 D, but he's only a 77 overall. Is there anybody who... He's a top 6 D. Top 6 D, but he's 75. Yeah, I guess he'd be the best currently right now. Alright, well, Brylan can stay there. We're going to fix these AHL lines real quick because I took from here. So we're going to head coach preferred, beauty. Stranges, Minton, Hepatiniemi, Jaeger, Misa, Guadon, Marcus Larson, Cowan, and Zetterberg with Karpotzev, with Fedorov, and Nesbitt. So that's interesting. We got some interesting lines down here. We got Curran, which is not good. He's a center playing in defense role, which I do not like. But we don't have... Might have to just sign a D real quick. Just to play on that right side. Oops. Let me just see what we got here. I can't sign free agents because we're past the trade deadline. I keep forgetting that every friggin' time, man. Every time I forget that. Alright, well, let's finish out the season. Let's see if we can squeeze into the playoffs with the little additions and changes we've made. Well, that's not ideal. We lost 6-0. Jesus, after making them. That's not ideal. But here we go. We got a couple wins back-to-back. Now we got some more losses. 3 losses in a row. 4 losses in a row, 5 losses in a row. Got to win. They're back to another loss. Yeah, guys, I don't know, man. I think this offseason Askarov is going. I think he's going. He's. I don't know. I tried switching and changing up the lines. We didn't make the playoffs again. This is the second. And look at the owner expected us to be top 5 in the conference. That didn't happen. And of course, the Whitby has made the playoffs again. So our AHL team is getting more success currently right now than our top club. So I guess we're going to go through with the playoffs here for Whitby again. As you can see, they finished the record with 47, 27, and 8, which is crazy. So they must have just snuck in. We'll take a look and see how they did. It looks like Hepatiniemi did the best this year. 72 points in 82 games. Luka Miza right here, our young prospect coming up, puts up 70 points in 82 games, which is great. Jaeger put up 62 points in 82 games, which is crazy. Strange has put up 51. Minton with 49. Goudon with 49. Cowan with 46. Larson, I think this was his first year, wasn't it? Yeah, his first year since coming to the A, put up 38 points in 82 games, 20 goals. That's not bad for his first year. Brzozowicz put up 36 points as a defenseman. That's really good. How'd our goalies do? Oh, wow. Farrell. Jesus, buddy. 41 wins, 21 losses with 6 overtime losses, a .917 save percentage. I think we're in pretty good hands here if with Russ Farrell, if we do end up deciding to move on from Askarov. Because we also still do have Devin Levi. And Devin Levi can always be a starter unless Farrell just blows him out of the water with overall in the offseason. And he's still playing games. So let's not forget that. They're going to the playoffs and Askarov isn't. Mainly because he couldn't get some friggin' wins when we needed them the most. But I don't know. And we're going against, I'm assuming Belleville's probably the top seed. So this is a very interesting game here for me to pick a side as well, my team Whitby, and obviously cheer for them, they're my team for my organization, but we got Belleville Senators here that we're going against, and that's literally my hometown team. Like, their arena is quite literally 5 minutes up the street from me. So this is a fucking very interesting situation. But we're gonna get into the first sim. We're going to get in here. We're going to do the same thing we did last episode. We are going to go through and we are going to box sim these, and we will see how Whitby does in their second playoff berth. Back-to-back playoff berths, actually. This will be their second one in a row. Goudon starting it off hot with a goal on Oliver Rodrigue. I'm pretty sure they have in goal for Ottawa, or Belleville, sorry. That's interesting. So it's 1-0, 2-0. As Charlie Camper puts one in, and Belleville responds with a goal on Farrell. Krozak pots one on Farrell, so that makes it 2-1 Whitby, and it looks like that is going to be the way it stays at the end of the first. So 2-1 game, Whitby. The shots are 10-9 in favor of Whitby. And we will get into the second period and see if we can maybe increase the lead a little bit here, boys. Maybe. Oh, and Belleville has found the way. They've got the game tied. Oh, no, now they've taken the lead. Okay. Yeah. They've came out firing in the second period. They overtook us in shots, and now have overtaken us on the scoreboard. Have now scored 2 goals unanswered to put them up 3-2. Going into the third. Okay, boys. You're down by 1 going into the third period. We need some production. Minton We need some production. Cowan, we need some production. Camper, again, the defenseman. The defenseman is getting all the production right now. Charlie Camper, let's go. Newfoundland draft pick, baby. Let's go. Absolutely putting on a show. The 3-3, are we going to go into... Oh. Oh, boys. Yeah, it's a tough way to lose the first one. You had it tied and you blew it late. Yeah, I can't really blame Farrell on that one. Camper with 2 goals, 1 assist or 1 hit. Yeah, it's... Well, that's a rough one. Belleville was home also for that one too, so they were just up the street. I guess we'll go to game 2, and we'll see if anything changes. They're home also again, so... Nice. Right off the rip in the first minute, Antonio Strange on Oliver Rodrigue gets the goal right off the friggin' rip. I love it. Now, here's the thing. We got that last time. Now, can we hold it? Like, right now, we're getting peppered in shots. It was 8-3 at one point. And there it is. Levi? Or Levis? Fortier now on Farrell. Jesus, boys. Come on. Help the guy out. Well, 3-1 going into the second. Shots are 14-12 in favor of Belleville. This might be a quick one-and-done series here, boys. Holy Jesus. Donovan now. 4-1 Belleville. Yeah, this is going to be a... We're not getting any production here, guys. So far, Camper is leading the friggin' team in playoff points thus far. And he's a defenseman. That's not good. Haven't seen any production so far. Oh, my good lord. Yeah, this one I think is going to be over. And I think this one's going to be done pretty friggin' quick, guys. I think you're too late there, Hunter. I think you're too late, buddy. Too little, too late. Yeah. 5-2. Is that a carbon copy of the first game? No, it's 5-3. We at least got one more goal than that one. Well, yeah. All right. So, this is do or die. We need a win here. So far, we haven't gotten a single win yet against Belleville. We need a win here, or we are eliminated. There'll be a quick one-and-done friggin' round on this one. Fedorov scores, but I'm not getting my hopes up because this is how every single one of the last 2 games start, and then before the first period's over, I didn't even get to finish the sentence, and it happened. At least Hepatiniemi got one. Some friggin' life, maybe. No, don't matter. Don't matter. Here we go. Floodgates are open. We're open for business, gents. I think there's going to be a lot of people getting let go this year. I think so. Yeah. I think this is, I think there's going to be a lot of people getting let go this year. We're just going to 8 times this because I don't think anything's going to be changing. I think it's just going to either be a 5 or 6-2 Curran got a goal. Well, they have Sogard in. Why he's still down in the minors? He should be Ottawa's starting goalie. No wonder we can hardly friggin' score on the guy, and they did so well because it's Sogard in net. Doesn't even matter. We hardly have any shots. Like, they're blowing us out in the friggin' shots right now. It's ridiculous. Power play. Yep, there it is. Yeah. Had to make it, and I can't just make it 5. He can't get outscored or scored on 5 times in one game to end the last one. You had to do 6. See, you can't just be the same. So you guys just got 3-0'd. Yeah, that's kind of a sum up this season pretty well for both clubs actually. The Whitby wasn't bad in the regular season, however. Like, Charlie Camper was the most on the team in 3 games, and he only had 2 points. He had 2 goals. That's not a good performance. Not a good performance. Like, even Marner was below his normal average for points. Usually he eclipsed 100 points. He was 95 for this one. So, do with that as you got Glenn Archibald, who's got another gem. Interesting. He's going to be a brute. Well, let's see what else. Do we have any other gems? Ooh, we got another one here, too. Number 27. Yivis Grillu. They're all defensemen, eh? Interesting. Interesting. Well, so it looks like Dane Hodges. He's a potential high elite. And he is not projected to go until like the 200. So that's a goalie too. Of course it's goalie. So if I could snag him, he might just be guaranteed either a low or a medium elite. If I could snag him, that'd be pretty cool. Then at that point, I think Askarov's pretty much as sure as gone. I gave him another year, man. So playoffs have ended, and the New York Islanders are Stanley Cup champions. That's crazy. Providence Bruins are your Calder Cup champions. Next year's salary cap going out to $98 million. We're getting like no ticket sales. Ooh-wee. So where are we? Okay, so Vegas won the draft lottery. Chicago went from 12 to the 2nd pick somehow. I have no idea how that works. Newfoundland, we were the 11th. We're supposed to be originally the 11th overall pick. We got the 12th. Alright, is what it is. I already saw the draft class. View retired players. Is Ovi gone? Ovi hasn't retired yet. Are you serious? I for sure as shit thought Ovi was gone. Oh my god, we have... Wow, okay. Damn. Claude Giroux's a coach for the Sens. Alright, who do we got? Anybody on here that's gone? Doesn't look like it for the big club. Nobody for the minor either. Don't need interviews. Trade block. Yep, we're going to get number 1 at the top of the trade block. Get up there, buddy. Might throw up Chikrin here as well. Maybe. I don't know. I might keep him another year. Tej went up to an 83, which is pretty sick. Harley's still an 86. Poitras dropped to an 86. That's not good. Interesting. Eklund's still on 6 mil, and he's got 4 years. That's gross. It's an amazing deal. I didn't even sign it. Alright, NHL entry draft. Okie doke. We'll go to our pick. Desjardins, LeChance, Nevins, our little rider, Lashoff, Archibald. There's the gem that our scouts had. Yeah, elite potential. He's a pretty beast. He's a pretty big beast. Right D. 18 years old, 6'2". He's got already those X factors: shutdown, truculence, no contest, bouncer. He's a defensive defenseman, which would have been perfect for that second pairing. He was an 80 overall. We got Staubitz, Corrado, and then Filatov is the one that actually went first overall. Interesting. He was not the one I thought was going to go. I thought it was going to be this Corrado that went. Power forward he is. What is Filatov? Sniper. That's probably why. Vegas probably was looking for a sniper. Alright, well, before I make the pick that I'm going to make, I need to figure out where I'm picking next. Okay, not till 110. Okay. So let me see the pins here. So I'm going to try to get both gems. So he's 46. I'm going to try to go for this dude. We'll do him first. Lefty. Low elite. Perfect. Okay. Now I need pick. I don't need anything in here. We're going to go to the second round. Let's do this pick here, maybe. Trade for it. 40th. Might be rolling the dice here, but we'll try. Okay, how long do I have Levi? Okay, for another 5 years. We'll get Askarov maybe into this trade, and we'll flip Askarov to the Blues. Who else can we snag here from the Blues? Well, Thomas is too much. Kyrou is too much. He's got 2 years, but he's 7.1 million. I don't want something that's... Ooh, we could get Kiviharu. That'd be a good snag we could get. He's cheap. We'll take him. And maybe I can snag that goalie too, because they don't seem to want that goalie. They haven't signed him yet. There's elite right here. A second round pick, 40th overall, Aaron Kiviharu, and Hanzus for Askarov. Straight up. I don't know if that'll work. We'll try. No. Okay, so we might have to give up a pick as well. We also got another... Let's do a fourth. Okay, we're not doing a fourth. And a seventh for next year? Okay, not a seventh. What do we do? Another fourth. Do Chicago's and Edmonton's. Just a bit low. Okay, so instead of the fourth, we'll do one of the thirds, and we'll do Chicago's. Done. Done. Bye, Askarov. Yeah, you had one or two good seasons, and that was about it. So we're gonna go to 40, and hopefully our guy doesn't get picked. I'm freaking hoping, because if I just sold Askarov, I took significantly less than players' return on that deal, hoping that I can get this gem, but we're gonna see. Doesn't look like he's went yet. Nestorov, Broder. Doesn't look like it. Ooh, Cabby Bulin. That was a elite center. No, doesn't look like he's went. So we're going to snag him. So we're going to go pin. There he is right there. Brendan Vec. I can't even pronounce that. Low elite. Perfect. What I thought he was going to be. Second round. Yeah. Two-way defender. 5'11". He's just on the smaller end, but should be fine. Now I'm only worried about possibly getting that high elite. Hopefully he's still there. He is still there. He's ranked 258. Could I keep pushing him? I could. So let's go for a little bit of a higher pick that's like still maybe could turn out well. What do we got here for is a guaranteed elite right here. He just didn't. He's all 4 bars. He's an elite, guaranteed. Can't have too many elite goaltenders. Why not? Yeah, he'll just stay in my system. Perfect. Okay, what's my next one after this? 176. I still got room to take that before I take that guy. Let's just make sure he's still here. Yeah, he's still here. Okay, so I need some right wingers. Like, what about this? Michael Marchand. He's this guy, 4 years. Total Eclipse. He's a right-handed defenseman. What kind of D? Doesn't say. Interesting. Okay. Andrew Kobasu. Damn, dude, there's so many good goalies. This is definitely a goalie draft. Another elite. Possibly. I'm interested about this Palat here. He's supposed to go 181. We'll take him. We'll take a flyer on him. He's a right D. He'll be a 7th defenseman. That's not terrible. Oops. When's my next one? Okay, so I still got time before I gotta do... Well, we'll take Hodges here. We'll see what he is. Backup high. Okay, so he probably won't be one that pans out. And then, what do we got here? Do I have another pick after this? I don't. You know what? I'm going to trade for another pick because I want to take this Jason Mitchell. He's a right winger. He's guaranteed bottom top 6. So, I mean, he could make the team. 56, yeah, bottom 6. It's easy. I'm just going to go to the end here. I'll give you like a friggin' 7th next year or something. What do you guys want? Well, Radulov. There you go. Okay. I'll give you Radulov and Hodges. The guys I just picked. Haha. Now the only thing they're probably going to want is just a 7th. Maybe a 7th next year. There you go. Now hopefully my guy is still there. Just go all the way to the friggin' end. Yeah. I'll be shocked. Oh my god, he was an elite. Ha! Kobasu. So I got 2 elite goalies again. Man, if I only had as good a luck as I did finding elite goalies I did in players, dude, it'd be insane right now. Oh, coaches have expiring contracts. Okay. B brain. So it looks like we have our head coach that is going to be needing signing and everything like that. So I don't know. His record right now is 88, 111, and 25 as his record with our team. So, I don't know. That's pretty rough. I might honestly just let him walk. Might just let him walk. I'll sign you back as an assistant. No, not as a coach. Assistant. Sign you back as an wait, do I have an associate? Oh, no, I don't. You want to be an assistant? Sure. Got some scouts. All right, we'll do that. So it looks like Farrell also has his contract up here as well. So we're just going to take a quick little ganda and see who is expiring. So Poitras is expired. He did drop an overall, so hopefully maybe now he's not super... Yeah, he's dropped to 6.4, so that's a lot more reasonable. So that works. We've got 30 million in cap space right now. Duclair, he still wants 5, which is crazy. Perfetti, he wants 3.7. That's kind of manageable. He's still got some potential. Ovi, does he want to come back for another run? Oh my god, I'll bring Ovi back for another run. I don't care. Right now, I'll bring him back. We got Zellweger we're going to have to sign. Lacelle. Minton. So these guys right here, they still got growth they could do, so we can keep them. Same with Misa. Same with Cowan. Stranges, I might let walk. He's already 26. I don't think he's going to get much better. Jaeger I can keep. Brzozowicz I can keep. Camper I can keep. Downhuck I can keep. Davidson, I don't know. Lundin. Yeah, I probably won't sign any of these guys because they didn't prosper very well. So I'm just going to release them to free agents. All the rest of these guys, though, I will probably sign. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so that was actually my call there. So probably what we're going to do here is we are just going to kind of look through. We'll see all who's expiring, who we can sign, for UFAs. We just got Duclair and Ovechkin. I don't think we're going to keep Duclair. 5 million for 3 years, and he's 32. He's probably going to take a dip. He's not going to be an 85 by the time next season starts, so we're probably just going to let him go. We're going to keep Ovi, because I would like to bring him back for one more year. A lot of these guys I'm going to have to probably re-sign. And then our goalies, Farrell, we're going to have to lock him up long-term. So he wants... We could do 6 years at like 4.5. I would be really happy with that. Excuse me. 4.5 for... Actually... No, that's too much. Yeah, 6 years at 4.5, I'll give him that contract. Here, we're just going to sign him to an entry level because he hasn't even been signed yet. So he can back up next year in the minors, and then Evans can be the starter. So I don't expect our AHL team to be good next year with these 2 goalies down here. They have elite potentials, obviously, as you can see, but their overalls are not good. So they're going to have some time to gradually increase. Unless I find a goalie in free agency that, for the time being, can maybe split some starts with Levi. But Levi is only a medium starter. He's not elite. And last season, he was 9-8-4 with an 893 save percentage. So he didn't give me the most confidence in him. So I might be looking for another goaltender. Depends on how much growth Farrell has in this offseason. We're going to have to see. But yeah, we got Poitras. We're going to have to maybe issue an offer for. Perfetti, we're going to have to issue an offer for. Ovi, we're going to give you a contract right now. I'll give you 3.5 for 1 year if you want to come back. Lysell, what do you want? 2 years at, oh yeah, that's easy. I'll do that deal all day. You can play on the fourth line with that. Zellweger. Eesh. I'll qualify you. Minton, what do you want? Offer, two-way, yeah, we'll take you. Misa, you want a two-way, yeah, we'll do that. Mazar, you probably want a two-way, yeah, we'll do that. Jaeger wants a two-way, we'll do it. Cowan, two-way, we'll do it. Stranges, sorry buddy, I'm going to let you go. Hunter wants a two-way, we'll do that. Then everybody else should... Oh, Camper. Yeah, you were good, especially in the playoffs. Oh, he wants a one-way? You want a two-way? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we're going to... I do want you in here, because you're an elite potential, so I want you playing with the team. Camper, I'm going to qualify you. You're another left defenseman, so I'll grab you as well. Okay. Alrighty, so we'll sim a day. Okay, so we got our NHL assistant coach back, which is cool. Okay, so he doesn't want the assistant job. He wants to be, I'm assuming he wants to stay associate. Oh, we got Ovi back for another friggin' one more. Hoorah, that's awesome. Signing 3.5 mil. Lysel signed. Hanzus is signed. Grolu is signed. Mazar is signed. Brazatowicz is signed. Cowan is signed. Misa is signed. Our new rookie, the Gem, had signed. Brendan has signed. Jaeger has signed. Downhuck has signed. Minton has signed. Farrell did accept the 4.5 for 6 years. That's beautiful. Awesome. So we got most of our guys signed with that. And we still got 24 million to go out and make a pretty big splash in free agency if we want to, which will be awesome. We are going to qualify Perfetti. Or do we offer him a deal? 3 years at 3.5. You know what? I can... If you want to give me 4 years at 3.5, I'll do that, Perfetti. Can I bring that term down? 4 years at 6, I'll do. 4 years at 6, Poitras, I'll do if you want to do that. Okay, so we got Poitras. 6 million, perfect. All right, let's, okay, we'll do that. We'll do 5.5 then, Perfetti. Give you that extra 50,000. Done. Okay, that's all you wanted, you greedy bastard. Okay, so we still got 17 million of cap space to play with. However, we are going to end it here. We're going to come back to the next stream next weekend, and we'll be doing a, we'll be doing our free agency and everything for the off season in 27-28. We're going to be doing that at the beginning of next episode because I got to run. I got to go pick up my other half. So I got to end the stream now earlier than I normally would. Sorry about that in advance, but I got some stuff I got to do. I knew I was on a tight schedule today. So I'm glad I was able to get most of the streaming done this year done so that you guys could still get an episode and watch it and stuff like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for, you know, if you stopped in briefly to say hey or just stopped in or whatever or was even viewing it now, thank you so much for stopping in and even clicking on the video. I appreciate it. We're going to save it here. So at the beginning of next episode, we'll begin our free agency for that year. And yeah, we'll be into the next following year after the free agency. We're not going to probably do much. We'll maybe be looking for a goaltender and possibly maybe a solid top right-handed defenseman to play with Rekis maybe. And then maybe we'll end up flipping Chikrin depending on who we get. But we'll take a look at that next time when we come in for the next stream right off the bat. So thank you guys so much for watching. Also, make sure it is September 22nd. Make sure you guys, it's almost the end of September, so if you guys haven't taken advantage of that 20% off yet for W, make sure you guys go and do it. Almost the end of the month, and as soon after that month, this month is over, it's going to go back to 10%. So make sure you go and take advantage of that. Should be down in the description. I'm actually just looking right now. I do not see that W is in the description. So I will add that after the stream. I'll add it on there so that if you're watching this after the stream, the W link will be down there. Make sure you click it. Go get yourself some cool merch off their site, or get some freaking great ass subs, their energy blend of powder, which is actually amazing and very much works. It's amazing. I have it every day for work before I go to my 9-to-5 job. It's great. I would highly recommend it. So go get yourself some of that. I would recommend the starter pack, which also comes with a shaker cup, and it comes with 3 little sample packs inside the shaker cup. So if you've never tried it, you don't know what flavor to get or anything like that, you'll get a free shaker cup, which are really good and durable as well. Very good material. You'll get that, as well as 3 sample packs, just little individual serving packets to try. So if you don't know what to get, or you have no idea what flavor to try, I would recommend getting that one. They're only, I think it's $14 American, I think, for the starter pack. And if you use code Astenz, you get 20% off your $14. So it's an easy way to try it. Good time right now to try it, actually. So make sure you guys go cop that. Again, I will, as soon as the stream's over, I'll put a link to Dubby down in the description. Or if you just go to Dubby's website, you should be able to just find them there, and then just make sure on checkout you put in code Astenz. So anyways, enough of me rambling. That's it. I will see you guys next time, next weekend, hopefully, as long as I'm not too busy, but I will let you guys know on Twitter, so make sure you're following me on socials, if depending on if I'm able to get a stream out on the weekend. If not, I'll make up for it at some point throughout the week. But yeah, as of right now, I'll see you next weekend. Have a good rest of your weekend. And yeah, we'll see you later.